Welcome. In this tutorial we are going to learn about struct module, which enables conversion between any Python object and its equivalent C struct representation as a byte object. So earlier we saw string object, which is having encode method. It is used for converting string object into the bytes object, and bytes object can be stored to the disk or it can be transmitted over the network. So same way, struct module we can use to convert any Python object to its equivalent C struct representation or into the bytes object, and that byte object can be used to store that particular Python object to the disk or it can be transmitted. And if you are transmitting over a network, the same C struct representation of byte object can be used to convert that byte object into the Python object. It supports objects that support buffer protocol and provide either read-only or read-writable buffer. So built-in objects such as bytes and byte array implements buffer protocol, so that can be used to store the result of conversion of a C struct, and it can be also converted the C struct representation into the Python object. So let's begin with the format. So format of a struct is represented in a string. So first character of given format is determined as a byte order. So we can use any of the given character to represent the byte order. If the first character is not byte order character, it is implicitly taken as a native. In this case, it is @. And for native byte order, padding is not added to at the beginning or at the end of a encoded struct. Padding is only added between the elements of a struct. And for non-native bytes such as little indent or big indent, no padding is added between element. And for alignment and with the size of a struct given, zeros are added to the end of the struct. We will see this with example. And for format of a struct, which is specified in the string, use standard size and alignment if you want to convert in a platform independent manner. Okay. So these are the format characters which can be used for representing Python data type into C type. These are the Python data type and their equivalent C type, which can be represented in the format. Small n and capital N are available for only native byte ordering, and P is for Pascal string, a short variable length string stored in a fixed number of bytes. A question mark is format character which returns value either true or false, which is Boolean. We can use any of the character to represent single type of object which to be packed or unpacked inside the string. Here we can write 4 times I, which means when we are packing or unpacking, the order of element will be only 4 elements and all of them will having type of integer. Instead of writing repeatedly I 4 times, we can use short denotation for 4 and I, which is equivalent to this. Same as for format character S, the length of string is represented as number preceding the type of data. So 10s means 10 bytes string, and if you are not providing any number preceding to the given type, it will take implicitly length as 1, and you can leave space between two types. So if we are formatting like this, first 5 integer and then 10 byte string, we can leave space in between, but we cannot leave space between the number of types and the type. So let's begin with the example. First function of struct module is calculate size. So for given format, returns the size of struct format. So here in calculate size, we are providing first is I, which means first element is integer, then 13 bytes of string, and F is for float. Same we can check inside the table given, and it will return the calculated size of a given structure. So if we execute it, it returns the size in bytes of given structure. Here one thing to consider is different order of formatting character may result in different size of structure due to padding. So here we can see we are having two elements. First is a 13-byte string and integer, and here first integer and after 13 bytes string. And if we calculate size for both of the struct having two equal element but in different order, it will return different size because of padding. Here we can see at the end of the 13si format, it is appending 3 more bytes. Depending on order, it may increase or decrease the size of struct. So let's begin with struct class. This is the constructor of struct class, which takes only one argument, format string, as we have explained here. So first character of format is the byte order, which can be any of this, and preceding by the format character, which defines the structure of given struct class. So it returns the new struct object, which can be used to pack or unpack data according to the given format as a string. It has two attributes. First one is a format, which returns the original format string which is passed in the constructor of struct class, and second one is a size, which return the calculated size of a struct, which is equivalent to this method calculate size of a struct module. So let's construct the object of a struct class. Here we are providing first character, it is a byte order. Here we are explicitly specifying native byte order. After that, first character is I, which means first element is integer, followed by 13 bytes string and float. And if we execute it, their attribute format and size, here we can see format is same string passed to the constructor and the size of a given format. Next, we will see the function of struct class or struct object. First one is pack, which will return byte object from the given elements, takes variable amounts of positional argument. So from the given Python objects, it will return bytes object, which is packed in given format. So we have constructed struct object in certain format. In same format, we need to pass Python object. So here we have declared first element must be integer followed by 13 bytes of string. So it can be at most it can have length of 13 bytes followed by float. So 3 elements here, which can also be represented as separated by space. So if we execute it and if we pack it, it will return bytes object, which is equivalent of structure of given format this. Now this byte object can be stored directly to the disk or it can be transmitted over the network. Now we will explore all the byte order and we will see how they are keying or encoding the given order of Python object into their bytes representation. So for each representation of byte order, we are creating struct object with format. So same format is same, only byte order is different, and we will pack the same items using different byte order. So here we can see first one is the default formatting in which we are not specifying any byte order. So as explained earlier, it will implicitly take as a native byte order, and if we provide explicitly native byte order, which will result in same. So here is a explicitly specified native byte order and their bytes representation, which is exactly equivalent to explicitly defined native order. Next one is a little indent, and last one is a big indent. which will pad in the beginning, and little indent, as we can see, it is padding in between the elements. Next method is pack into, which take two mandatory arguments, buffer and offset. So it will pack the result of given formatted packing into the given buffer object. So buffer object can be any object which supports buffer protocol. So earlier we saw bytes and byte array. We can provide any of their object here. Next is an offset. Offset at which we want to insert a position or the index at which we want to insert the result of packing, and followed by the variable amounts of positional argument which specified ordered Python object in given struct format. So here we will pack given Python objects into the byte array. So first we will construct the struct object in same format as we saw earlier in native byte ordering, and we will construct byte array of 56 bytes. Earlier we calculated the size of struct. So if we print struct1 size, it is storing as a 24. So when we are storing the next element, we must increment the offset by 24. So based on the size of a given structure, we will progress into the byte array. So here we are packing more than one object into the buffer. So earlier we used pack method, which only return byte object from one sequence of given format. It cannot handle multiple sequence of formatted Python object. So if we have multiple sequence of given formatted Python object, we have to use pack into method. So we can use same format and different Python object to struct or pack Python object into the same buffer. So here first we are storing this objects in the beginning of buffer, and we know it will take size of 24 bytes. So from 0 to 23 index it will store result of this pack, and from beginning from 24 index it will store result of this pack. So if we execute and print the buffer, it will print the result of pack into. So this is the content of byte array, which is holding 6 Python object, and if we break it into according to the given format, it is holding 2 struct value in this format. Next method is unpack. Takes one argument buffer and returns tuple object containing unpacked value from the buffer using struct object format. So we have same format. We have constructed struct object, and we have now buffer as a bytes object. So same as we constructed from pack method, the result of byte object, same object we will provide into the unpack method, which will return tuple object of original Python objects. If we execute it, it is returning, first one is integer object, second one is a string object represented as a byte, and third one is a float object. Next function is unpack from. It takes two argument buffer and offset. It works same as unpack, but it will take buffer and we can provide offset. From offset, the length of given format, it will extract only that length of buffer and unpack from that buffer content. So earlier we used pack into method to pack more than two sequence of Python object according to the given struct format. So we have multiple struct element here. We want to unpack the second struct format, which is beginning from index 24. So we can use unpack from method, which takes offset as an argument. So here we will provide 24, so it will begin unpacking from index 24, and length of the size will be size of the given format. So it will also read 24 more bytes beginning from index 24 and convert those bytes into the Python object, which is written into the tuple object. So let's execute it. As you can see, result, it is returning tuple object containing the original Python objects, which is beginning from index 24. Next method is iterator unpack, which iteratively unpacks the equal size of chunk from the buffer from given struct format. So we have struct object in format, and we have bytes, which is holding multiple struct element. So using iterator unpack, we can iterate over each struct element in given struct format. So we have used packed into method to pack multiple struct element. Now we can iterate over each element using iterator unpack. So we will iterate over them, and we will print each element into the for each loop. So first we will extract the object, and we will check the type of object written by the iterator unpack. So we can see here it returns type of object unpack iterator. So it is iterator, so we can iterate over using for each loop. And if we execute inside, and at each iteration it will return tuple object converting each struct element inside byte object. So same methods we saw for the struct class. Struct module also contains same set of functions. So we saw pack, which was only taking values here. Okay. So without constructing struct object, we can use directly this function pack, pack into, unpack, unpack from, and iterator unpack, which takes format as an explicit argument. So earlier we were constructing first struct object, and we were executing the function on the struct object. So without constructing struct object, we can directly use struct module function, in which we need to pass format each time we execute any function. So their meaning and return type remains same, but we can use it without constructing a struct object. So that brings us to the end of the video.